welcome, Robert Fleming, Data Revolution Tour, this lovely new branding, and it's going really well. I think about 300 people in London so far.
Yeah, I mean, at the London event now, we've got upwards of 300 attendees, not counting partners and employees and everything, so really good turnout here.
Yeah, so I hear you were at the Amsterdam one yesterday. How was that?
That was great. That was Amsterdam one. That was great. A little bit smaller intentionally, but that went really well. And then we've done. They're all coming thick and fast now.
Yeah,
Mumbai yesterday as well. That was great.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Singapore last week.
Yeah.
We've done Frankfurt. Yeah, we've done a lot of them. So
Sydney, I know Sydney's gone.
Sydney, we had, that was the first one, that went great. And then today, as we speak, they're waking up in Chicago about to do that. So Mike Capone's doing the keynote in Chicago.
Okay, and it's been, and I've done a few of these in my time at Qlik, and Business Discovery World Tour, lots of different names and lots of different events, but always very popular, isn't it? I'm always getting, especially in London, an excellent turnout on these.
Yeah, they're really popular. This year's quite different in many respects to the previous years because we deliberately, targeted slightly different audience. So all the people that registered had to be go through an approval process. So
really?
We're quite picky about who to come. So really, because we wanted to get to higher level business decision makers for this tour, and the content kind of reflects that. There's a lot of third party kind of speakers as well as
really quality stuff going on.
Yeah, and great
Donald
customer
Farmer
speakers.
and all the keynotes have gone down really
well. We've had Forrester, IDC presenting. We've got a good representation for Accenture, Cognizant, PwC, some gurus in local markets that are well known there, and then just a ton of customer speakers. So it's great.
Excellent. Yeah, I know Tina's been a very busy woman doing all the setup. Well, not just her, but her team, and they've done it.
The teams have done an absolutely outstanding job, and I can't thank them enough. It's been a lot of hard work getting this together. But so far so good.
Yeah. So we've made a big announcement around the data literacy side.
Yeah.
And I think it's the initiative that we're taking, and this isn't just purely product, is it? This is around a data literate community. So explain a little bit about the announcement that was made today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you'll know from being at Qlik for a while, we've always talked about, the technology and the human aspect. We talked about the importance of humans as part of this whole analytics thing, and we've really taken that to the next level, and we've really shone a spotlight on this notion of data literacy. So to get the most out of the technology, to get the most out of data and analytics to drive better decision making, you've got to have data literate people in your organisation. So what we've announced today, we just did the press launch, which went really well earlier today, was that we are the founding member of a community that we've pulled together. It's independent of Qlik, so this is not a Qlik branded community, but we're the founding members of it. So we've obviously orchestrated it. And it's called the Data Literacy Project. We've got a number of founding members like Accenture, Cognizant, Experian, various founding members. It's all about really creating a movement to drive this whole topic of data literacy, provide content, advice, kind of frameworks, training, to really get a lot of excitement and interest in this. How do we solve this data literacy crisis? Because in some ways it is a crisis, and some of the stats we showed was that the survey that we commissioned, which was a big survey globally, only 24% of business decision makers consider themselves data literate.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
And yet,
to think that.
The flip side is they all say data's like one of our big priorities, analytics is one of our big priorities, and yet we got this issue that a lot of business decision makers, only a third of C-levels consider themselves data.
So is that saying I know the problem, but I don't know how to fix it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're basically saying we know that data's super important.
Yeah.
And we recognise that actually, we're not really sure what to do with the data and how to interpret it. So there's been, as you all know, there's been a lot of hype in the industry around big data and data lakes and volumes of data. But it's not about the volume of data; it's about what you do with the data. Absolutely. And so you need analytics to get information out of the data, but you also need people who understand how to work with data at some level to get something out the
we love, as human beings, we love to store things because we think if we get rid of it tomorrow, we're going to need it. And that's where, and I spoke with Paul Barth about this, and he was saying where a data lake becomes a data swamp.
Exactly.
Because you've got all that stuff in there, you've no idea what it is or how to use it, and it just sits there stagnating. So by making people data literate, they can then go to that data and make a decision around the quality.
Exactly. And it's not that we're saying that everybody should be a data scientist. That's not it. Or even that great at maths or whatever. But there should be a basic level of, well, firstly, there should be access to data, and then you should have at least the basic tool to be able to work with the data, and then be kind of skilled up enough as an individual to feel comfortable to work with data and argue with the data and so on. So that's basically what it's about. So this project, this data literacy project, is this movement we're really trying to create with our partners, these founding partners, and we're inviting other companies to become members of that community. We're trying to create a movement in the industry. So we did this press launch before. We had some great people attend from government as well, for example.
Okay.
We had a couple of lords there.
Very nice.
So there's a lot of interest in it, not just from a business perspective, but also from a kind of societal kind of perspective as well.
The data's everywhere, isn't it? I mean, so another thing that was spoken about, a very interesting conversation with Donald Farmer that sits in very nicely around this about augmented intelligence and artificial intelligence. And I think, and give me your view on this, that unless someone is data literate or knows about the data, you can't really augment that, can you? You can't tell someone something about data that they don't understand.
Exactly. So that's the whole point. That's why this phrase that we're using, augmented intelligence, seems to us to be a really good phrase for that, because it's basically the fusing the technology and things like AI and so on, and the great benefit you can get from that, but coupling that with the human intelligence piece. And Donald did a great job of talking about the AI and the technology. This technology is here today. We're all using it in our phones and everything. But there's also the people element and the creative element of we need to understand what we want to do with this and be comfortable to work with it.
And also, as we look around this event here, the rebranding is so obvious around here, and I think it's fantastic. It's a good way of sort of spritzing up things and making things change. What's been the feedback that you've received about the rebranding?
Well, it's been really good so far. Obviously you never know when the
new
brand the events that we basically unveiled the branding at these events. So all of the sets of the events and the staging have all following the same kind of branding look and feel. It's looked great, and we've had great feedback, and I think it does send a signal that in some ways this is a new Qlik.
That's good. That's good. I mean, we're not forgetting the old Qlik, but we're celebrating the Qlik going forward.
Exactly.
Well, I know you're going to a few more events, and I know you're a very busy man. And I just want to thank you, Robert, for spending the time sitting down in that chair and answering some questions. Yes, I can imagine. Thank you very much indeed.